Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Today we are going to get started on our planting. I've got a couple of extra seed drills, they're all ready, and I've picked up most of the I've picked up the silage bales that we made last night, and they are just stacked on the side of the field. The thing with seasons is they don't instantly turn into silage, you've got to wait. I think it's a full season, or it might be even longer than that, before they actually turn into silage. And the only way to find out is to pick the bale up with a machine, and it will tell you if it's got grass or if it's finally turned into silage. So I stacked them on the side of the field so that they're all ready. And I've purchased a couple of different seed drills. I got one of them from the Massey Ferguson Classics pack from Black Sheep Modding. And I've got another... It's an old Pottinger one, I think it is. It's one that used to be one of the standard ones for the game, but is no longer a standard one for the game. But anyway, that one's in here as well. I think we're going to be using this one shortly, but I would rather have a different attachment on the front, so I might do that in a little while. So yeah, this one here, he actually, when I bought it from the shop, he spawned it upside down, so I had to reset it, which is why it's back here at the farm, because this courtyard is the reset point. But yeah, so we're going to use this one. We'll stick this one on the little Zeta, because it's not going to need a huge amount of horsepower. That New Holland in there is going to take the seed drills in the shed there, and if we go up to the Deutz up here, you will see that there we go. We have a new seed drill on here. This is the Pottinger Vitasem 302ADD. Now, I'm going to buy some seed and get this one loaded up, and I've got a couple of other things I need to do as well, and then we can get right back into it. And I've also so I get seed. I want to get I'll get the seed ready, and then we can get it loaded, and I'll get a bucket for the small vitamin back at the yard. We can use that one because we've got a pile of seed back at the yard anyway. Right, I have bought a couple of extra little implements for this one. One in particular that I think is going to be interesting, and I seen it there to start with and then completely forgot about it. So we will go back to using that one. At the moment, I've got the timescale on 1 times speed. I have had it on 5 times speed for a while, just while we've been running, but I don't think that on this map the timescale really matters. So I'll put it on I'll do it like I do with the time lapse. I'll put it on 1 times speed until we've done whatever tasks that we need to do, and then we can speed it up, because we're confined by the season, so we need to make sure we get things done at the right time. So we've got the bucket here, which I will use for loading up the seed drill in a minute, but we've also got this one here. This is for cleaning the feed area, so we won't have to use the fork. So we'll use that a little bit later on. We'll just test that one out in there. And I'm sort of quite looking forward to seeing that. I can't believe I forgot that I've been using the fork all this time. But anyway, that one's to do. So if I just quickly put the wrapper away. I know that we got the wrapper is leased at the moment, and I was considering sending it back. However, now that we've got it leased, I think we'll just hang on to it, just in case, because several people have pointed out, I've had some messages on Facebook from a couple of people, and people have also pointed out in the comment section. We may need to do all of the grass that we've got as hay in order to get enough feed to last for the winter. And then chaff some of, chaff one of the crops that we have around the farm here, and put that into the clamp. So the next kind of big thing that we would do with seasons, you can get 2 full cuts of grass from your grass field, and then you can get a partial cut in late autumn before it gets too cold to cut grass. So we're going to sort of keep that in mind, and what I want to do is be able to take the partial cut, probably make some silage bales out of some of the grass, and then clamp mostly. So just in case we need it, it's going to be a backup, basically. It's going to be a backup, because once we've done the clamp, you can't leave the clamp open or it will all rot down. So you've got to kind of do that all in one go. And we're going to have to sort of... no, I don't want to do that. I want to lower that one down. I like the width on this one. This is quite good. Now then, there should be some seed in here. Yes, there we go. We have a little pile of seed at the back there, so let's use our vitamin and get our little pile of seed. My question that I asked you all last week was, of course, did you want me to do round bales or clamp? And you probably guessed that, yes, we are going to be doing clamp silage. I had a total of 2,187 people answer that question. And considering that it was the over in the States, I have people watch these videos from all over the world, okay? People watch these videos from across the entire planet, which is a fact that never ceases to amaze me. The fact that people from such a wide variety of countries around the world watch my videos. But the #1 country for views is the US. I have more viewers in the US than I do from any other country. And it was the 4th of July, your independence celebrations, wasn't it, on at the beginning of the week. So, yes, I was quite surprised at the number of people that still watched the videos, even though you had your independence celebrations going on. And I really hope that you enjoyed your celebrations. And I believe it was Canada Day or something similar very recently as well. So hopefully you guys all enjoyed those celebrations as well. Yes, there's been celebrations going on all over the world, and it's the kind of celebrations where you go and you spend your time with your family and you don't waste time watching YouTube videos. So now that all that's out the way and you're back to wasting time watching YouTube videos, welcome back. I hope you had fun. And yeah, so we still had 2,187 people answer that question. Of those, 746 said round bale silage, and 1,441 said that you would like me to do clamp silage. So clamp silage it's going to be. Now the other question, well, my question for this week, before we go very much further, I'm going to plant wheat all around here. All of these fields, I've got 6 fields around here. One of them is a grass field that we've already taken a cut of grass from. We will be taking another, which one was it? I think it's actually field 69 that we took the cut of grass from. We will be doing some more grass. We've got another field of grass over by the sheep. But anyway, these fields around here, I'm going to do wheat. And the fields around the pigs, I think we will probably do canola. So we got 2 base crops going in with a bit of variation. The fields over by the sheep, we've got 2 fields over there, and I've got another field down here, field 86. I'm going to do something different. I'm either going to do sunflowers or I'm going to do corn. No, sorry, not sunflowers. I've done sunflowers. Spoiler alert, I have planted sunflowers in Dowland Farm, so I don't want to do sunflowers this time on here because I don't want anything too similar. So it'll be soybeans or it'll be corn. We've got to wait for the ground to heat up before we can do these. So do you want me to plant soybeans on those 3 fields, sorry, or do you want me to plant corn on those 3 fields? Now, bear in mind that we are wanting to buy pigs at some point. If we make corn, if we grow corn, we'll store all of that ready for the pigs. If it's soybeans, we will just sell the soybeans, and then if we need to, we will buy in some feed to get the pigs started before we plant another lot of corn next year. So it's your vote, it's your game. Head into the comment section down below, let us know which one you want and why, and of course don't forget to actually cast your vote in the top right hand corner, soybeans or corn in the other field. So we're going to plant wheat and... Actually, I said wheat and canola, didn't I? I also did that in Dowland Farm. So I don't want to do something with straw. I'll tell you what, in order to make it different, we're not going to do exactly the same as Dowland Farm. I'm going to change this one to barley. We will do barley and canola. There we go. How's that for a bit of variety? So let's put barley in here, and I'm going to just start this straight. Actually, no, I'm going to do it myself. I'm going to do this little bit myself. We will go and get the others started in a minute. Now, I have been told, and I have read on the forums, that this Massey Ferguson seed drill does tend to bounce around a little bit. And I can see that it does bounce around a little bit. It was because of that I've only got one of these, and I didn't get several of them. It's partly, I think, because of the ground response mod, and partly, I think, because of the actual mod itself, just the way that it's, just the way that it works. I'm guessing that there's some sort of error deep within the code there somewhere, but what it might be or how it might be doing it, I've got no idea. Come up through here. The other thing I suppose I ought to talk about a little bit is the fact that it's Monday and it's I've got an episode of Gorale. You were probably expecting not to have Farming Simulator. If you haven't seen it, go and watch my other video that I posted earlier today. It explains what I've decided to do. Basically, I was wrong. I said some time ago that I needed a little bit of a break from Farming Simulator, or at least a partial break from Farming Simulator, because I felt that I was starting to burn out on it, and so that's why I was going to introduce some other games to the channel, and hopefully everybody would like them, so on and so forth. However, it should be noted that I feel now the other games that I've been doing have proved popular. A lot of people have really enjoyed those other games, but they are nowhere near... Why are you going up this side? Wrong way. They are nowhere near as popular as Farming Simulator. This is a Farming Simulator channel, whether I like it or not. I mean, I say that it's whether I like it or not. It makes me sound really ungrateful. I love that this is a Farming Simulator channel. I never intended for it to originally be a Farming Simulator channel, and I've said that before. I intended it to be a general gaming channel, but I think that I shouldn't have tried to push the kind of new games and different agenda for how I wanted the channel to be quite so rapidly. I feel that was a mistake on my part, and I feel it's been reflected in the drop in views lately, and not just a drop in views. I can understand that several of you don't want to watch other games, so you just choose not to watch them. But the comments that I've been getting, now I've had a lot of positive response from these games that I've decided to play. I've had a massive amount of positive response. I was surprised at just how positive it's been and how much people have enjoyed them. But a significantly larger proportion of my fan base are not happy with those changes. And so I need to listen to you. I need to listen to what you want to see, what you want me to do. And so that's what I'm doing. From this week, the other video I've put up explains this, and I've given you a selection of maps to choose from that I will start from this week playing Farming Simulator again 7 days a week, right? And I know that I said that I was going to be going back to Farming Simulator 7 days a week in a month or so's time. I'm going to be doing extra videos in a month or so's time. However, it's I'm putting these extra games I've been doing on hold, and I will go back to those extra games in a month or so's time. So the second or third week in August, I will restart doing my extra games on top of Farming Simulator 7 days a week. It was a mistake on my part to stop doing the Farming Simulator. I apologise for that. I should have listened to you, the fan base, a little more closely, and so yeah, I've learned my lesson, and that's why we're back doing Farming Simulator. I decided, it's because I felt that I was getting a little bit burned out on it, and I felt that the videos I was producing were not of the quality that they should have been, and that's why I wanted to instigate change. I wanted to make the videos better. I wanted you to enjoy the videos, and I ended up shooting myself in the foot with it. Basically, I shouldn't have done it, and but it's done. So I have on my other video, I have a whole load of maps that I have put out, and basically when we came to look at Gorale, I did 5 maps, so I did like 5 minutes on each. I've done that, and I've gone around, I've looked at these 5 maps. I'm doing the other series completely different, right? It's not going to have realism. This is going to be all about realism. Now, I did mention this previously. Someone did say, oh, hang on a minute, isn't that what Daggerwin's doing? Yes, and well, I believe he's doing it kind of like that. I haven't actually watched his videos, or not the new ones. Basically, I want to do something where I can just kick back and have a load of fun whilst playing Farming Simulator. This is going to be all about realism. The other one is going to be about whatever I fancy doing on the day. So kind of the backstory for the other ones, for the other end of the week, is going to be I'm extremely rich. I have more money than you could possibly imagine. We're going to start the map with $100 million or euros or whatever it might be. So yeah, with our 100 million, we can sort of do what we want. I've been, I've had a wealthy upbringing, and I've acquired quite a bit of cash, basically because of my pocket money, and I've reached the age of 21, and my father has summoned me to the study, and he has said, Tarquin, it's time for you to move out on your own. Okay, maybe not Tarquin. Maybe we'll just stick with Frithgar, shall we? So it's time for you to assume a little bit of responsibility in life. You need to select a career, and you need to make something of yourself. I'll give you a little bit of a start, which is $100 million or 100 million euros, but then we're on our own. So we have decided that we're going to go farming. And because farming looks like fun, we get to play with all these tractors and stuff, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to farm it, but if I sort of fancy buying 16 challengers, and I know there's one or two of you that have been after me to get a challenger for quite some time now, yeah, if we decide to go and buy a whole fleet of challengers just to plough a field and then sell them, well, that's what we'll do, because we've got $100 million, so we can do it. So that's kind of what's going to be happening with the other series, but I need to know which map you want me to do it on. So that is what the other video today is all about, is selecting the map, and me kind of apologising for not listening to you when I should have done, basically. I started doing the other games because I needed a bit of break, and I think that I should have stuck with it and just kind of changed the style up instead of doing that. So yeah, I apologise for that, and I hope that we can sort of put this behind us and we can move on. I'm just trying to think how to word this. I'm really looking forward to getting back into this. I've loved playing the other games, and I love playing Farming Simulator. I don't want to get to a point where I feel like I'm burning out, which is why I don't want to. I know that some of you like realism all the time. That's a very important aspect of this game, is being realistic, and I appreciate that, which is why I'm going to try and do this series as realistically as possible. Now, I've had people suggesting that I should get the hitch thing, the manual hitching mod. I did try that previously, and I just couldn't get it to work. So I will have another look at it. Maybe there's a better one out there that I can get to actually work. I've also had people tell me that Gorale has had an update. It's not been released on Modhub, it's been released on Modhoster, which adds full seasons compatibility with all the proper snow masks and everything. So I will try installing that one. It's probably going to have to be for next week. I got to be honest with you, it's probably not going to be this week. And so that we can have like the full compatibility on the map. However, I'm not certain at the moment if it will corrupt our save or cause us any issues. If it does cause us issues, I'll revert back to this save and we'll just run it like this. And there's a few other mods that people have been suggesting to add realism to this. I'm going to still flick between the machinery, because we are kind of running this as like a management simulator almost on this map. It's something that I did say right from the start that I would like to do. So yeah, I will still do that bit, but other than that, we are going to try to do this as close to real life as we can. We won't be taking lots and lots of shortcuts. I mean, obviously, I like reset the machinery to the yard and stuff like that. That's kind of something that I do behind the scenes. It's not something that's being filmed, so I think that we can get away with that. I think that's acceptable. But yes, in general, it will be realism to the core on this series, and then the other series we are just going to kick back and have fun, because quite frankly, if I stick with 100% realism on everything, there is a danger that I will become fed up with this game, and I do not want to become fed up with this game. I'm not going to allow that to happen. So rather than run that risk, we will go for fun times on the other one. I'm still going to farm it. I'm still going to sort of run it as a farmer would. It's just that we're going to do it a little bit differently than we have previously. Now, let me just skip through our machinery here. We've got that one there. He's ready to go. This one has finished. He's still got 300 litres in. See what I mean? He bounces a little bit, and he does leave tiny little patches, but they're so small that I don't think it's going to impact the harvest or anything like that. So we won't worry about it too much. Let's come on through here, and we can start our next field. If I park this one, I'll get this one running down through here. I wonder if I can do it in the first time. Because of the multi-angle terrain, it is sometimes difficult to set up. But we'll go for it. I don't think that is a straight enough line, is it? Oh, no, we might be alright. We may get away with this. Hopefully, he will go all the way to the end, turn round, and come back. Because the edge of this field is pretty straight. And so we're doing barley here. We're going to do canola over by the pigs. We'll skip over there to the doits next, and we can start planting canola. It's going to stop now, isn't he? Right, let me just change that one over. He turned ever so slightly. It's a bit of a nuisance. If I can get him to carry on just a little tiny bit further. Like that. Now I press H. And he's done it! Yes! Okay, hopefully he will turn. What's he going to do now? He's gone on a little bit. It's because we've come to the edge of the field. I think he's going to carry right on across the field, isn't he? No, he is turning round, as he should be. Sometimes when you've got the field boundaries like really close to each other, it can cause a few problems. But no, it looks like we're going to get away with it this time. Okay, right, we'll let that one carry on, and we can skip over to this one. And now this is realistic. Why aren't you opening? Okay, so we can't open the top of the seed drill. It's a shame. This is a seed drill that we used to have in I think it was the last version of the game, wasn't it? Wasn't this in FS15? I genuinely can't remember now. But anyway, we want to refill. So all we're doing now is we are using a bucket to put it from the pallet over into the machine. So that is realism. For those of you who say that you have to lift it up over, no, you can do it with a bucket and spoon it across. Because someone pointed this out to me, and they said, well, they would have always used a bucket to do it. And literally, they would spoon it from one into the seed drill. And I thought, well, hang on a minute, why didn't I think of that? Because I used to do that as well. When I used to help do planting many years ago when I was younger, that was pretty much the main method that we used to use to load the seed drill, was a bucket. So yeah, it is quite realistic to do that. Now, we want to change this one to canola. So, and for those of you who don't know what, well, see, it says canola in this game. In the UK, we call it oilseed rape. Whoa! Is that an actual cultivator on the front? That's a powered cultivator on the front. Really? I had no idea. That's fantastic. Why aren't you planting? Right, so it's got a cultivator going, but it's not actually planting anything. Is there a problem with this seed drill? The canola should plant. Right, obviously I've not tested this one. If I go Alt S, no. Something to do with this seed drill, maybe? Let's jump out of the tractor, and now we go Alt S. Right, will it bring it up now? Let me jump. You know what? Perhaps if we do this, we can see what's going on with it. Lift sower, change tool direction, close cover. Right, well, the cover wasn't open. Turn off sower, hire worker, lift sower, change tool selection, ridge marker, helper settings. No. It should, in theory, just plant the canola now. So let me just try pressing H and see what that does. No, and there is some serious lag going on. It's not planting. Right. Press H, stop that one. Now, if we take a look in here, no, nothing has been planted. There is a serious problem with this particular mod. I don't know what it is, but we are going to have to take it back and we're going to have to sell it. One thing with the Seasons mod is that you do have a test period. I think at the moment it's at 2 hours. If you return the machine and you sell it, you get the full price that you paid for it. It kind of basically what it's doing is it's working like a demonstration. If you have on a farm, you have demonstration models. They will turn up and they will sort of let you use it for a little while. That's a demonstration model, and so that's what it basically is. What it's working like is you pay full price and then you can return it for full price. At the moment it's set 2 hours in game, but I think they're planning to change out to 30 minutes because 2 hours is open to a little bit too much abuse. So let's go there. See, 15,000. So we will sell that one and we won't be using that one again, which means we need to go back here and we need to buy another seed drill. And I'm already run out of time. I can't believe that I have been talking all this time. I literally had no idea that time was passing so fast. So we've got this Kuhn one here. It's that one there, the Pottinger there, and prepares fields for the next sowing. This seed directly. Is something, yeah, there is an issue with that one. It's definitely not working correctly. So we got that one there, which is a 3 meter width, 780 litres. We could go for one of the fancy Kuhn ones. Those are quite expensive though. Or we go back through and we get a little tiny one like we got there. This one here is what we would use for planting. We're going to do beans or corn. I mean, this one here can plant beans anyway. So if you go for corn, then we'll get the Amazon one here. This is a 3 meter one. What do we got here? That's one of those. And then it goes all the way up to that 6 meter one there. So the Kavernland. You know what? We're going to go for this Kuhn one here. This modded Kuhn one here. And that takes 780 litres. We could run it with that tank, but again, that's quite expensive. So we'll just get that one. Select and buy. I did install another one, and I can't find it anywhere in the mods list, so I don't know why it's not showing up. It's like a really, really old style one. Almost what you would get behind a horse. It does look like a horse-drawn seed drill. Don't know why that one's not showing up, because I installed it off of Modhub, but it's not showing up in my mods list at the beginning of the map. So, for whatever reason, that one's decided it's not going to work for us. I'll just back up there and hitch you in and refill you. Now, this one's not going to take the full 1,000 litres like the last one did, but that's okay. We can work with that. We'll just let that one fill up. We want to get back out to that field. So, we're going to... Obviously, we're just sort of getting started with planting today, but we've got 3 seed drills on the go. We will carry on with planting tomorrow because we are back to Farming Simulator 7 days a week. I did make a mistake on that one. I'm never too proud to admit that I've made a mistake. And if you haven't done it yet, go and check out my other video that I put up today. It's just got a big... It's just called I'm Sorry. And, well, it's I'm Sorry, Pick Your New Map is actually what it's called. Yeah. Go and have a look at it. Let me know which map it is. I've got to turn that one off a second. There we go. Let me know which map you would like. I really do need to know which map everybody wants me to run our little story of being a spoiled little rich kid who's got $100 million or euros to mess around with. There is no English maps on offer because Dowland Farm is an English map, and after I've done Dowland Farm on the time lapse, I'm going to be going to Sandy Bay, which is another English map. So I decided to leave the English maps. I have on offer for you to choose from. Ooh, this is a very heavy seed drill. It's really pulling us around on the back end here. Hopefully, though, we'll still be able to cope with it. This is quite a beefy tractor, even though it's struggling a little bit. But yeah, the countries on offer, I've got, I think there's 2 from Europe, I've got 1 from Canada, 1 from the US, and 1 from Australia. So there's a selection of maps for you to take a look at, and I will do a brief tour of each one, and so that you can sort of take your pick, and whichever one you guys pick is the one that I will start using on Thursday. But anyway, my question for this week here on Gorale is, I am planting, let me just bring up the menu here. Around the farm, I am planting barley. Around the pig farm, I am planting canola. Around the sheep and down here on field 86, what would you like me to plant? Would you like me to plant beans or would you like me to plant corn? They both require the ground temperature to warm up to 10 degrees before we can actually plant them. It's your vote, it's your game. Head in the comment section down below, let us know which one you want and why, and of course don't forget to actually cast your vote in the top right hand corner. If you've enjoyed this episode, please head down below and give me a like, and if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me, get them to come and watch as well, that would be awesome. But until next time, this is Frithgar, goodbye and see you later.